What's up? This is Orb, Circle of Fire, Soul Shifters crew. I'd like to give a fat shout out to all the b-boys, you know what I'm saying, representing here at IBE. It's a lovely day. But yo, my opinion on the future of the dance, you know, b-boying, all types of styles. I feel like it's all gonna be a collective of all the styles in one. And it's sort of like how the way of the world is going now with communication and everybody being able to you know each other by way of internet, and you know having these events where everybody gather around and share these different styles. Because now here at IBE they have the house dance competition, all these, you know, popping and locking and everything else. So the future of dance is going to be a blending of everything. And it's kind of like the philosophy of Jeet Kune Do, how it has a blending of all different styles of martial arts, which that's Bruce Lee's style, which is Jeet Kune Do. I feel like that's what's going to happen in the dance, so everybody's going to be doing everything. But most of all, dancing to the music, in which the music dictates your moves, and your creativity, and your own personality comes out through that music and through the dance. So that's my opinion. I'm Orb, signing out. Much respect. Peace and love. Blessings.
What's up, peace? This is B-Boy Palmer from Havoc Core Crew, come from Houston, Texas. Giving a big shout out to KoreanRock. They're always putting out some ill stuff, some good knowledge for the next generation. And you know, what I would like to see from the B-Boy scene in the future is more people like y'all, you know, going to get the history of the dance and learning where it came from. And studying it, you know, and understanding why we do the things that we do in the dance and everything that involves. And I think once we do that, we'll get to a real good point, you know. And you know, teaching the youth is a must. That's the number one point. You know, they're gonna be here whenever we get older. You know, just like, you know, Ken Swift is around, Storm is around. You know, all these b-boys that are around still. You know, the b-boys that do really good are the b-boys that listen to those people. You know. So if we teach the next generation right, you know, it'll just keep getting better and better, man. And with so many b-boys around the world nowadays, it's real easy to get misinformed, real easy, you know. With the way the media is going and everything, the way it's portrayed there, it can get real easy to get your mind corrupted and not see it in the right way. And you know, that's what IBE does. I mean, if you look over here, there's just mad people here, you know, just to enjoy the culture, you know, and that's what it's all about, man. You see kids running around here, they're having a kids battle right now, so you know, it can't get much better than that, man. So as long as we keep having stuff like this, we'll be straight, man. So that's what I think. You know, big shout out to everybody again. Korean Rock, keep doing what you're doing. Peace.
I think b-boys nowadays definitely need to get more into other elements as well, because they can learn a lot, you know what I mean? Just for myself, like I started off as a b-boy, but I tried other things, you know what I mean? And some of it didn't really work out for me, you know, I never really rap or anything like that. I used to write a little bit, but never really made it on the walls or whatever. But obviously now I'm a DJ, but yeah, it's important, you know what I mean, that you try different things and not limit yourself to just one element. You know, it's about being a culturalist, you know, about the whole culture and studying the history of it all, you know, as a whole, not just one thing, you know, like it shouldn't be separated, you know what I mean? And I think that's part of the problem too, that everything's so segregated to where now like a lot of b-boys really aren't hip-hop, you know what I mean? Some don't even really listen to hip-hop music, so.
What up, this is Rock Strike representing Renegades, Squadron, Red OBC1 All-Stars, out here at Notorious IBE 2012, going down. Something I would want to see in the future with b-boying. I mean, we're going in a good direction. I would want to see b-boys pursue their dance more and make it, you know what I'm saying? I want to see them succeed and get sponsorships and elevate the I guess you could say the financial side of breaking to the point where more b-boys can continue to do the passion and continue to push in the scene and elevate their dance and everything, you know, because right now it's, you know, we're a few that get it and it's opening doors for the future, you know, but remember, it's all about getting down, so just keep doing it, keeping it pure, and the competitions will help us get to that level. So, you know, you got to do both worlds. Don't restrict yourself to one category, one type of b-boy. You got to be good on all fields. So that's what I would want to see. Peace.
What's up, this b-boy Focus, and my idea about the b-boy in the future, I hope that b-boys stay true to the roots of the culture and they stick to the culture too. They maintain hip-hop, you know. A lot of people are drifting away from the hip-hop culture. They just only break. But find out about the roots of the culture, find out about the history too. That's what I hope, that it stays within the culture as much as possible. Because that's the soul of this culture. That's the whole soul of this thing. And if it's gone, it's not the same no more. Keep true to the roots. Peace.
Yo, what's up everybody? This is b-boy Lamin. Concerning like the b-boy scene in the future, well, I wish less events, like less competition, let's say, and more like cipher events or like festivals, just so like events can cover all the aspects of the scene. And also like I want people to have more fun, because now, like for example in France we have 4 or 5 battles every weekend, and it's battles, you know, so that's why like the French scene is so tough, you know. That's why they're like always all out in the battles and stuff like that, because they're not used to like go cipher, go to clubs and dance and stuff like that. They have only the competition part, that's it. So yeah, I wish in the future people will have more fun with it.
I want to see the b-boy scene in the future. I know it's going to be a lot of dangerous b-boys, a lot of young cats coming up. I think a lot of b-boys right now are doing it the right way, and I think more is coming. So the scene will be bigger, maybe will be more commercial, but I think the feelings always stay for the people. So that's how I see it. The evolution.
Is it filming? So how I want to see the scene, I think I want to see how R16 is in Korea, but globally, because I think the production value and how professional the event is in Korea, I think it needs to be like that all over the world. I know that a lot of people are always talking about trying to keep it real and keep it raw. I always feel like there's always going to be that scene, you know what I mean? There's always going to be the underground scene and the commercial scene. But you know, I've been doing this for a long time, so I don't mind it being commercial, just as long as it's not misrepresented and just as long as it's not watered down and it's represented by the right people and the right b-boys. Then I think that, you know, it would be dope if we had events like R16 all over the world and Red Bull DC1. That's how I feel.
So it's been years upon years of you know, mistakes that we made and whatnot. I think for the future of the scene, you know, the b-boying scene, I think everyone should be more independent. There's a lot of really smart people that are dancers, and I think that they need to start thinking what's going to be happening after they finish dancing. So I mean, not finish, but you know, when things start slowing down, and there's only so much, there's so many different cats coming through, there's so many different young generations pumping through the works, and it just makes it hard, especially when you get to a certain age, to keep that hype about you. So I think, you know, these people are very smart, should be thinking about how to make, you know, companies, you know, people that, you know, are in film, like, I mean, a lot of people are pretty smart in the sense of a creative way. There's a lot of different avenues from shoes. I mean, we go through so many shoes, and we're supporting like Adidas, Nike, and all these other brands that we don't have to, but because they're stuck on the past and what they kind of like perceive as, you know, looking fresh. I think the real freshness is when you create something fresh, organically, and I think that if you can not be scared of, you know, making money, you know, that's the goal. And we all got to have a family someday, and I think that us as a cultural family should be supporting that. People coming up through the ranks and off what they've built themselves in the sense of their dance. Creating companies, collaborating with other people and other people that are doing it right, and I think that the future would be independency among us all, so we can like fund jams, our own jams, and pay for our own trips, and make our own teams, our own Red Bull teams, you know, like. I think other companies would, you know, would be kind of threatened, and I think there would be a lot more competition, and thus us, we'll probably get more support from other brands that think that, yeah, they'll start taking notice of this. And I think that's the future for me. I've always thought that the future would be to be independent among us all. And that's it.
I'd like to see the b-boy future taking it to the next level, man. Just taking it, making better moves. And that's actually happening. The new generation, variations are getting better, transitions are getting better. Just pushing the package, you know what I'm saying? People just actually getting better and more educated about what they're doing, you know what I'm saying? Also, better and business oriented about themselves. That's it. Yeah, man.
So yeah, like you asked the question, the future of the b-boy, there's no secret for that, you know. From my point of view, I think that all the dancers, all the artists has to keep doing their thing, you know, because we're sharing love, we're exchanging with all this community here, you know. So if you do something for the hip hop, if you do something for the community, you always support in the right way, you know. So always getting out in the circle, always respect each other, you know, like keep it real. You know, nowadays we have a lot of competition, a lot of big stuff, which is great to be part of, but you know, at the same time, don't forget to release yourself, you know, and enjoy. I think the key is enjoy, you know, no matter what you're doing. And people, they're gonna watch it, they're gonna see that, you know. So we send this energy for them, they're gonna get inspired, the kids gonna get inspired, and then they're gonna keep this forever, you know. So the future is coming. I was the future before, now I'm getting old, so new generation is coming, and then vice versa, you know. So that's my point of view. Here's my boy Pelazinho, this is the Neguinho from Rookie Bad School, so I'm all-star, so he's gonna say something.
Yeah, it's really important for the game because it's the new generation, you know what I mean? I have a many information, I have a many competition, I have a big support for the young guys. And now I think so this young guys, man, it's really important for the practice, fuck in competition, fuck in your life, fuck in cypher, fuck everything. It's really good. Alright?
So big shout out to Korean Rock. You guys keep supporting our culture. We love you guys. Kumapsumdan. That's what's up. Peace.
What up, dog? Good to stretch. Elite Force is the crew. Mop Top is the foundation. How I'd like to see the culture to grow. I would first and foremost ask, if you're a dancer, stop and listen to the music first before you dance. Let the music move you, do not move to the music. And if you represent the culture of street dance, of hip hop, of house, of b-boy, of popping, then live the culture. Not just the moves, not just the fashion, live the culture. Peace.
If God will give me the opportunity to be there and people still appreciate what I do, I will use my, I will use my tools, my experience to share with people and help them out to change the system of the hip-hop culture. The negativity that still surrounds the hip-hop culture and the b-boy. See, I want to work in order to give my contribution in order to make a better place for the b-boys, for those ones that gave and sacrificed their lifetime in order to inspire other people. Everybody should have the respect, but not only the respect, the possibility and the opportunity to still maintain and do what you gotta do, even when, especially when you get older. Because when you get older, you're just a b-boy that you work every day, full time, to become good. And going against life priorities, families, system, you know. And what is important, you cannot ask somebody that be there from so long, inspire an entire generation, to be compared with a young kid that just doing some moves, you know. Everyone should have the right respect to be there and represent your culture. I think it's crazy when you get older, you gotta go look for a job. That's not right, because if you gotta looking for a job when you get older, if you're wise, don't dance. Because b-boy is not a place for older people. But older people is those young people that grow up and remain in the culture. So I think it's not right. And we gotta change this from the inside, from the mentality of the promoters, of the dancers, to understand that we have to build a better place for us. You know? I'll give you an example. You know, like a football players, you play till a certain age, then you become coach, and you're still part of the game, you know, and so on. But if you be good, you get a certain point, and then people stop calling you or get you around, giving you the opportunity so the kids can see you and you can share your experience, your knowledge. How are you going to inspire? You know? And maybe at your spot is seeing somebody else that you're not deserving yet. This is not right. So it's up to us to change this. We gotta think as an artist and get to the next generation, you know, to the future, for the future. Bringing back the opportunity that for those ones that remain in the game and working hard. You know? I'm happy about my life. You know, what I do is still respected by other people. I think the majority still don't know me. But in order it's not I heard your name. It's not this. It's not the point. It's not an ego trip. I'm talking about the knowledge. People is still not knowledge enough to understand. I'll give you an example. If you're an actor, and you're a movie actor, okay, look, Marlon Brando. Okay, it's possible, but you know what I'm saying? You recognize those people that was your hinders. So if you keep it like a self-destruction, everything you destroy, you build and then you destroy and you're losing memory. It's like there is something wrong. You're trying to build a steady building, and the next they will come and destroy you. Be like, hey, we're not gonna be nothing like this. So we gotta get this to the next generation, to the next level. It's very important. And to do this, you have to inspire people. How you gonna inspire people? Being there. Be there and showing that you're still around. Oh, you're still dancing? What? How old are you? Oh, shit. So other people can think, oh, you still can do that? Yes. There's not, you don't have to do it like when you dancing in 15. There's so many different ways and level understanding the dance and expressing this dance. It's not only what you see. Like I said, there's way more deeper things to discover. surface, you will not discover the power of what we do. You know? I'm still very humble, and I respect so much where I'm coming from and the opportunity the hip-hop culture gave me. So for me, from somebody like me, it would be never enough to say thanks to those people that was inspire me. So I think kids, they grow up and they start nowadays, it's important they learn it as well to give respect. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, you don't respect yourself. Because one day, you might be in the same position and people don't appreciate it. So, if you're working good now, you will see things there.
When I started, it was in 1983, and we just had this big fashion. It was just about to start. The big fashion that everybody was doing breakdancing and so on and on. And what it did with me, you have to understand, I loved the dance so much that when it faded out and the big fashion was over, I was one of the heads that needed to continue. For me, it was my savior. For me, it was my therapy. For me, it meant everything. So I couldn't stop. So everybody was trying to tell me, oh, Storm, are you still doing this thing? You're still dancing? You're still spinning on your head? Oh man, that thing is played out. So for me, it was very important from that beginning on that one day it will be culturally manifested. That it's part of our culture. There's so much part of our culture that people are not going to say anymore, oh, it's a youth culture. Oh, it's a culture that's coming from New York, from the South Bronx. Oh, it is something that is coming from the United States. That people recognize it as a worldwide art form. That is very important to me, and that's what I'm fighting for. So hopefully in the future, that's going to happen. And at that same time, with all the competitions and everything that we have, that people make up their mind and position themselves wherever they think their position is needed. So of course we're going to have some incredible sportsmen that are winning the competitions, but at the same time we need the artists that are developing something new, that are also getting the recognition for their new development. Yeah? So now you see that right now the big fashion is to go to competitions and all these battles and stuff. So also for the future, I see b-boying and all the other hip-hop dances, all the other dances that we have, I see it a lot more in theater. When people are talking about contemporary dance, think about the word contemporary or modern dance. What we are doing is really, right now, democratically seen, this is the contemporary dance. At the same time also, just by the way we're working on it, it's the neoclassical dance. It's like the way classical dancers are working on the stuff and they're filing here and there, you know, and they're shaping things so it's just right for them. It's exactly the way we're working on our stuff. So we're working on vocabulary, we're working on new things, at the same time it stays open, and there you go. I hope that we keep, and that's also very important, that we keep the African heritage. African heritage, when I'm talking about the rhythm, I'm talking about the music, and I'm talking about the approach. That is something very important in order to keep the spiritual content and to keep the spiritual connection. There's a connection, it has to be a symbiosis, music and dance. The music is what really moves us. Where a lot of people are saying like, oh, it might be naive, like contemporary dancers. A lot they say that it might be naive. No, but it can't be naive. It's something that's that complex, it can't be naive. So I would love to see b-boying in the future culturally manifested all over the world, and that people are recognizing it as an art form, because that's what it is.
How do I want the b-boy scene to be in the future? I think, you know, I'm not one of these people that try to see it as it's always got to be how it was when I first started, because I grew up in a different reality, different social economic times, and just my environment was different. So I don't feel like kids should be responding or trying to be something that they're not, character-wise, inspiration-wise. They have to find it, I think they should create their own lane.
the future is anything like what happened today between the battle with the Red Bull All-Stars and the little kids.
Yeah, young guns.
If you look at the little kids and look at the young guns, although I don't agree with the whole super crew concept, I feel that what they did and how they represented in terms of the text, the power moves, and everything that they brought to the game. I mean, some people were better than others, but I think we have a great future, and the future doesn't necessarily have to be how I feel it should be, but instinctively, I think kids should understand that they can look back and learn from the mistakes that we made, that we made as kids, as far as education, and making sure that they also incorporate education as part of, you know, their lifestyle, and, you know, make it a necessity to do well, and, you know, don't just be a b-boy because it's your only option. For me, it was my only option. If I would have had options and financial stability with my family, I probably wouldn't have been a b-boy. But since b-boying didn't cost anything, I was able to do that, and I was good at it, so it worked out for me. But my first love is baseball and boxing. Those are the things I really love to do, more than breaking. You know, so I think we're gonna have a much more intelligent group of a much more intelligent future for the art form, and I think that's necessary, because we can't just be walking around like people are, oh yeah, I'm hard, oh, I'm a b-boy. That shit is all fake. All you fake thugs out there with your theatrical thuggery, you ain't no real thug. Stop it. You're mad whack. You look corny, and you know, you bunch of fake outlaws out there. You know, leave the outlaw stuff to the real outlaws. You know, people trying to portray themselves and the b-boy style as if it is supposed to be of gangsterism. It's something that we grew away from. We evolved. Now people are trying to, there are certain people that are trying to make it regress and go backwards, because they think that you have to have a persona of intimidation and be a threat. The only thing that should be threatening is your skills. There's no room for talk if your skills are that dope. You don't need to talk. Your skills speak for it, you know, for themselves, and you don't have to intimidate someone or touch someone or run up on someone and try to like be hard up against them to scare them into not going into the cipher. That's not how it started. You know, people are trying to say that real b-boying is that. That's bullshit, because most of the b-boys back in the days were thugs and were real hard rocks, and if you did that, there was a definite fight. It wasn't about dancing anymore. It was beef, real beef, and dangerous. And people are doing that, trying to, I guess, I don't know, it's just wrong. That's my opinion. But I think that we do have a lot of youth that have their parents supporting them now, and that makes a big difference. If you have proper guidance from your parents, you don't have to live a knucklehead life. You could get your education, and you can enjoy your art and appreciate your music. Just do it with sincerity and love it, because it really means something to you, and it takes you on a magical ride. You know, it goes in your ears, into your brain, and down to your heart, and just shoots out your body, and you just start rocking. You know, let it be because of that. And if it doesn't affect you that way, sometimes you have to know what you're not good at, and if you're not good at that, go do something else. Be a DJ, be a writer, or whatever. Or don't even be a hip hop head. Love hip hop, support hip hop. But fucking be a lawyer. We need lawyers too that love hip hop. So, you know, I think the future of the dance, I think it has a lot to do with education, discipline, fitness, eating habits. Just, you know, take care of yourself and hit the books, be healthy, and support each other's scene.